There are 9 Alien movies. Where does Alien Romulus rank? Hi, thanks for tuning in to the Tom Batelson Show. Yeah, saw Alien Romulus, and I'll be honest, I was apprehensive because horror movies are not my jam. I don't like the horror movies, but I do love, as you know, a monster movie, and Aliens is a big monster movie and a big franchise, and I've seen all the rest, so obviously I had to go. So let's just jump right in and talk about some things we saw from the previews that we wondered about the cast. The cast is a bunch of young people. We're like, well, why is that happening? But it completely makes sense because it's slave labor on a mining colony, and they think they've found a way out, and it doesn't take too long before everything hits the fan. I mean, it really gets right to it. And the characters don't have enormous backstories and things. Just about every member of the cast has one thing that they want, which drives them, and then the rest is kind of cut and dried. It's really nice. It's the detriment of the Alien franchise that we know how the aliens work, operate. We know about the face huggers. We know how they grow to adult. We know everything. So we're just waiting on everything to hit the fan. Okay? And it does. And, you know, as far as alien tropes go that we're waiting on, Alien Romulus has them all. It's got face huggers, it's got face hugging, it's got the chest burst, it's got issues with artificial intelligence and corporation control. It has the alien mouth to face close up. It's got the mouth within the mouth kill through the chest and the back of the head. And it's got the ending wrap-up scene with a sleeping pod closing. If this was your favorite band, I mean, they're playing all the hits. Every single Alien franchise movie for me, except the first two, has a big WTF moment. But that doesn't bother me so much because Prometheus is one big WTF movie, and I love that one, even though I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on in Prometheus. I just think it's beautiful. Romulus has 2 callbacks to the original Alien movie from 1979, and one works and one doesn't. Also, there's one big WTF moment from Prometheus. The idea that a corporate team has scoured space to find the original OG alien that has been ejected by Ripley in the first movie makes sense to me. That works. It is 20 years after the fact, so they look through space and scour it to find the actual body. I like that. I like that a lot. The other one is the AI-created return of the late Ian Holm as Ash. Not Ash, but a character like Ash, a same model of android like Ash. This one's called Rook in this version. And the idea of it is fine, because the minute you see him and you hear him talk, you're like, okay, nothing has changed. It's 20 years after the original. Nothing has changed. It's corporation control that could give a damn about the human race. It's all just that. And you get that from just seeing his face. You get that from just seeing his face. But the AI is odd. It just looks odd, and I will leave it there. It doesn't, sometimes when they do that, it doesn't look right. When we first saw Rogue One, we saw the end of that and saw, oh, they did a Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia. And like, that's neat, until you see actual pictures and you go, oh, well, maybe it doesn't look like her. Maybe, you know, you kind of let some stuff slide, but yeah, the Ian Holm thing is weird. And the WTF moment from Prometheus is the birth of the engineer at the end, which, you know, whatever, all good. The plot from the company point of view from Weyland-Yutani is that human evolution isn't happening fast enough for them. So what the company wants to do is extract material and how do I put that? Extract from the alien species those things that make it adapt and live longer and defend itself, and we're going to adapt to the human race to make us evolve quicker, because, you know, no patience from Weyland-Yutani. The cast. The cast of our young people who are trying to escape the mining colony, find its way up to the ship, and encounter the aliens. That's where the whole thing happens. Our final girl is Kaylee Spaney, who plays Rain, and she's handy with tech, and she's sort of the sort of the leader, but not so much. And she has an adopted AI brother named Andy, played by David Johnson, who steals the show from me. I think he's really good. He does a great job. He plays two characters within one after the chip comes out, because Andy's arc differs once we see that this model of android has a drive that can go into his neck, and he can only follow his directive. And the directive changes throughout the film. So it's the two of them and the rest. You kind of get the idea who's going to make it and who's not, and it ended the way I thought it would, and there's no closing credits scene. Let you know right now, you can walk out after it finishes. Good stuff. The art direction. The art direction in Alien Romulus is beautiful and perfectly stylized to reflect the first two movies, including sound effects. When the machines turn on, it's the same buttons and clicks and whirring sounds and things. And then there's the altitude lever on the ship, which is the same as the drop ship from Aliens. It's really beautiful. We kind of forget that in 1979, when the original came out, we didn't know what the future was going to look like. And it's only 44 years ago. We didn't know that we would have touch screens, we would all have computers in our pockets. Okay? We didn't know it would look like that. So, by the way, the touch screen was created in 1965, and we didn't get it until 2007 on our iPhones. And if we did, then our versions of the future would look different. It'd be lots of touchscreen technology, but we didn't know that in 1979. We didn't know it would look so analog, with buttons and switches and lights and drives and whatnot. But luckily for us, this movie follows along with that path of what the future is going to look like. So it still looks like the 1979 original. That's the problem with prequels. Is when you go back, you're like, well, we've got all this new technology now, we'll just show it in the movie, and you have to go, no, we have to stay true to what we thought it was going to be, what we think the future is going to look like in this future, not the actual future. But yeah, the movie itself is visually beautiful. I know this review is all over the place when we're talking about spoilers and whatnot and the actual plot of the movie. The kids trying to escape the mining camp, encountering the aliens. That's the plot. That's the whole thing. But the first thing I noticed right away is the sound. The sound in this movie is wonderful, especially there are plenty of places where they drop the sound and there is no sound, which really makes you appreciate the void of space and how scary it is to be out in nowhere where literally, no one can help you, no one will be there to help you. You are truly on your own. And that's from the first Alien movie's poster when it says, in space, no one can hear you scream. Oh, solely good, totally good. I was really very surprised by Alien Romulus. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, because let's face it, some of the other ones aren't so great. Some of the other ones lack some things and have lots of WTF moments that I talked about. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it much more than I thought I would. So where does it fall? Where does it fall amongst the Alien movies? Because I am a monster movie fan, and I am action over horror. At the top is Aliens. That's the second movie. Aliens. Followed right behind that is Alien. And then Romulus is third. I know. Romulus is third. That's how much I enjoyed this movie. It's getting lots of great reviews, and a lot of people are loving it because it's fun, it's fast-paced, it's scary. You're in and you're out in 2 hours, and we've had it with the long movies. We've really had it with the long movies lately. The long movies plus the previews and the things, like, I get it. If this movie's not going to win any Oscars, you got to have a long movie to have it win a bunch of Oscars. I don't know who made that rule, but I'm really getting tired of being in the theater for 4 hours. I mean, really, honestly. You're in and out in 2 hours. It's a thrill ride. It's fun. You know what you're getting, and it's great. Good stuff. It goes third. After that goes Prometheus, then both Alien vs. Predator movies, which are awful, and I love anyways. The first AVP is so much fun. I mean, how can you not love that? Then it's Alien Covenant, Alien 3, and then Alien Resurrection is dead last. If you haven't seen that in a while, don't. I mean, you can. But don't. Of the 9 movies, that's my list. Alien Romulus, what a surprise. So great. That'll do it for my review of Alien Romulus and my ranking of the Alien movies. Let me know in the comments what you put first, what you put last, and where do you put Alien Romulus? I had a ball. I had a real ball. It was a good time. Good thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and subscribe if you like this content. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when my stuff drops. It drops on Sunday. Thanks for coming with me on this journey. I really do appreciate it. In the future, I'll be reading the second edition rulebook for Star Trek Adventures role-playing game. I adore a good role-playing manual. It is my favorite kind of coffee table book to flip through. It jumpstarts my imagination. I do love it. Till I see you next time, as always, peace, love, live long and prosper. And I mean it.